I'm Shannon, Chief Happiness Officer at Happy at Workouts, where we literally strengthen happiness like a muscle using happiness science. And this gives us high performance superpowers at work and in life. Today, we're gonna go over the top 10 surprising reasons why we're not happy. And that doesn't mean that we don't have any control over them. It means that they are so subtle, so sneaky, we oftentimes have no idea that they're influencing how we feel. So with that being said, can I get a drum roll? Reason number 10, injuries, especially to the head and to the neck. There's high-impact sports like boxing and football where people are repeatedly injured in a major way, and there's lots of data that shows how this can influence both mood and behavior. But what's surprising, I spoke to a doctor who has a specialty in this area and said that after seeing thousands of patients, even minor head and neck injuries can also influence how someone feels. This is why it's so important to see perhaps a good osteopath or a good chiropractor after an injury because they can really work out the kinks. Reason number 9, toxins in the environment. There was a recent study from the University of Chicago that linked this condition some people have called intermittent explosive disorder. This is when someone has an angry outburst over something minor to an infection of Toxoplasmosis gondii, which is this parasite that is carried by cats. Now, millions of people are infected with this parasite and show no symptoms. However, in some people, they do have an emotional change because, or they wonder if it's because, that they're infected with this parasite. Now, there still needs to be a lot more studies to prove connections like this, and I don't want to knock cats. The point is that there are a long list of toxins in the environment that can majorly influence someone's emotions, and they might have no idea. Speaking of the environment, reason number 8 is negative people, negative coworkers, friends, family, or even people who live in close proximity, like neighbors. This is because Harvard found happiness, and therefore unhappiness, spreads to the friends of your friends of your friends. It's highly contagious. And we have these spectacular things in our brain called mirror neurons, and it reflects any kind of behavior we see on an ongoing basis in our environment. Number 7 is that instinctively, because of our survival wiring, we care way too much about what people think. And we a lot of times want to please them because this is a part of pleasing the tribe. And we say yes too often when we should say no, which means we have way too many to-dos. Dr. Tal Ben-Shahar from Harvard explains that when there's too many to-dos, we feel overwhelmed and therefore stressed out, which leads to unhappiness. Number 6, we sit too much. The average American will sit for 13 hours, sleep for another 8, for a total of 21 hours of a sedentary lifestyle, when 99% of human history was very physical and very active. Number 5 reason we're unhappy, which is we spend way too much time in front of screens, whether it's your phone, your computer, your TV. The University of Gothenburg found that this excessive use of technology contributes to stress and increases the likelihood of depression. Additionally, all of this screen time messes with our sleep hormones, which is reason number 4 that we're unhappy. We don't get enough sleep. And when we don't get enough sleep, we go to reason number 3 on the list, which is we don't eat proper nutrition. When the body is tired, it tricks itself into thinking we're hungry, and it craves sugary, fatty foods that constantly give it this boost of energy. And these sugar highs come with sugar lows. Reason number 2, we are wired to prefer short-term pleasure. If you've ever procrastinated, this is why. And this falls into the category of more addictive happiness, which is completely understandable. We have social media, Netflix, we have alcohol, drugs, food. All of these things make immediate gratification all around us. When we rely on short-term pleasure, this is completely understandable because of reason number one, the top reason that we're unhappy, and that's that we never learned about how to be happy. When we were children, happiness was instinctive. We didn't need to learn about it. And as we grow up, the stress-based lifestyle becomes the norm, especially at work, and we rely on stress to get work done. Happiness is the cushion against stress. It helps us to turn stress into a catalyst for high performance, and it helps us to have an emotional framework to not only use the negative emotions, but to bounce back from them. And this is that perfect balance between being happy and high performance. And this is why here we use happiness science to learn the happiness fundamentals we should have been taught in school. These emotions influence 95% of our decisions on a daily basis. I want to hear from you. Is there something that you can think of that surprises you and makes you unhappy? Comment below, and if you want to hear the solutions and learn about all of the science-based happiness fundamentals that can solve these top 10 reasons you're unhappy, definitely subscribe. And if you really want to get serious about happiness, check out the link below to this life-changing happiness course that's online that I have created. All the best until next time.